Stephen A., I'm going to go back to you. Delusional or confident is Dak Prescott with that statement?
Well, clearly delusional. We know this. This is Dak Prescott. When has he not been delusional? I mean, we've seen evidence of this time and time again from this guy. I will give him credit for this, though. I want to thank Dak Prescott because I happen to care about my brethren in print media. That's where my career originated in print media. And I want to thank Dak Prescott for giving them material.
For those that missed it, this is what Dakita Prescott said.
I feel like we compete with the Eagles and beat them for the most part. We've played them. I don't want to say check the record when other guys holding the trophy right now. So credit to them. They've earned it and they deserved it by all means. But, yeah, very close, especially when you even watch the NFC game, the NFC Championship. And those two teams that we battle against each and every year a couple of times. And as I said, feel confident about we've gotten a better part each and every time. And to see
the test determined that was a lie.
Now, Dak, I wasn't going to address the BS statement you made regarding how you're confident you're almost where the Eagles are in regards to being a threat to reach a Super Bowl, but then you had to make this comment about beating us. Every time? I just have to ask a simple question.
You ready? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Well, I understand the need to want to get out there and put your confidence on display. There's a piece of advice that should have came down from on high. But apparently your owner is so old. He couldn't see common sense if it slapped him. If I'm the Cowboy front office, I'm absolutely livid at this man right now. How dare you talk about anybody being competitive when we got our absolute boots smoked on national television? Twice! Now, this should have been a situation where discretion should have been the better part of valor, and you could have walked away from that interview not sounding like a complete jackass. But of course, just like most people that can't stand in Philly, you can't seem to keep our names out of your mouth. It's okay. Though we're used to the heat and the vitriol from fans that think we're obnoxious, unfortunately, I don't think they've ever met a Steelers fan in their life. But that's another conversation for another day. I'm sorry. But I think it's time that some of you need a little reminder as to what happened the last 2 times. I will warn you, viewer discretion is strongly advised for all of you Cowboys fans that hate bad games. Consider yourself warned.
First down. That was a good throw.
That was.
Whipped it in there.
Here we go.
Lance. To Ferguson. He coughed it up. That was a football move. And Blankenship goes out of bounds, takes out our parab operator, and the Eagles are just...
Y'all got y'all collective ass whooped like a kid that won't stop cutting up in class, so Dad had to come up there and put belt to ass to get you back in line. There was no excuse for a team that good to get whipped that bad. I imagine practice was but fun for Dak and company after that beating on national TV. Let's hear from America's team.
I felt the energy on the sidelines different. Being back with the guys different. You could tell that guys felt the energy that I was bringing. But I just wanted to bring some juice to the team. And I felt for the most part, defense played a pretty good game. For the most part, defense plie
detector test determined that was a lie.
Delusional, Parsons, is a pretty apt description for this guy right here. Is it just me? Or when you watch this interview, you look at CD and wonder how many times did he hit the pin before they got to his locker? Because he looks absolutely baked right here. After getting their asses whooped on national TV, he had to take a hit before they got to him so he can get through the interview.
It's very frustrating. We didn't score. It was terrible.
How do you all try to keep alive?
At least he was honest about their performance that day, unlike some people.
Now
let's hear from Jerry.
Some more of them to play too. I'll answer your questions, but last 2 games here, we've had 5 turnovers each game. We played a team. It was a good team out there today. We've got some more of them to play too. But you can't win games turning the ball over 5 times. So that's what we've got.
Jerry, is this frustrating as you've been with the team in this situation?
Well, I just am frustrated like everybody else is, but since I had a lot to do with what we're seeing, then it's the proper proper frustration as far as I'm concerned. That we're just not playing in a way, especially when you play a team that is the caliber of teams that we're playing out here. And Philadelphia is a high caliber team, and we're not up to them. And that's troubling. And we've got to look at all the things that have happened. But I'll just say this right now, 5 turnovers over the last 2 games. And I don't know what we're drinking in the third quarter as we come out, but it's not working.
You know, personal accountability is a wonderful thing, and it sounds like the only one that has it on this entire Cowboy team is the head coach. Notice I didn't say Jerry's name because if he was personally accountable, then he would know what happens when teams go a long time without winning. Usually something happens in the front office and monumental shifts are made, but apparently Jerry doesn't see that. Now, it's bad enough that Dallas got their collective asses beat the first time. Everyone can admit that that was an ugly game, but most pundits thought it was a fluke and that Philly just got lucky. But let's see what happened the second time after all the shit-talking that went on in Dallas. Ouch! Another belt-to-ass moment for America's team. A classic ass-whopping from them boys in green. Let me explain what happened here. The Cowboys essentially tried to order a movie using the Eagles' credit card, but when they called us to verify payment, we found out they were trying to get one over on us. We had to show them that Dad ain't nothing to play with. Each touchdown was a lashing from the souls of our ancestors, taking out frustrations from centuries old.
You know, we didn't get to play our brand of football today. So obviously, it's upsetting when you come out and you're on the road and you're playing against a good team. You're like, okay, playing well, but can you consistently do it? And you kind of drop the standard like that. That hurts a lot. But, you know, it's a learning experience.
I hope y'all learned not to talk trash about my team, seeing as though out of the 2 playoff games y'all have won, we have just as many Super Bowls. But keep believing that you're close to us, Dak. We'll have a more in-depth conversation after we get back from Broad Street, celebrating another Super Bowl victory. Fly Eagles, fly baby! Oh, and peas. I am sick of hearing all this yapping about America's team as a Philadelphia native. It makes me sick that the literal birthplace of freedom is not referred to as America's team. What a joke.